What's the deal, gang? Give me 1 minute. I have something going on, and I need a couple of minutes. I'll be right back. I promise. Chill out. What's the deal? What goes on, everybody? How are yous doing? Yeah, I almost didn't show up. I've been on, like, I was on the phone with, like, customer service and then when I was done, they called back, and it was, I don't know, it's just like, we need customer service. We need some good customer service people. For everyone that's gonna, like, if you're ever, like, if when you come to the realization that this ain't the thing, but you're really good at, like, people skills, please, customer service. We need some good customer service people. Right? Not everybody's gonna be a trader here, but I mean, on your own time, right? Like on your own terms. When you're gonna come to it on your own terms. But boy, oh boy, oh boy. I don't know. I'm like, let's switch over. Let's switch over energies. Switch over energies. All right, gang. How was your morning where we almost, right? We almost, but not really. All right, daily close bullish, 4 hour. Previous 4 hour close bearish. That was the close of the daily, but now we've made a small little bottom wick. I think the daily is going to need a steeper wick if it's going to drive. Pretty solid rejections here. Some levels have been established that we didn't have before. But let's figure out exactly Where? Some pretty nice levels on the hourly here. Very, very decent. Beautiful. Beautiful. Cheerio. Cheerio. This looks good. And let's get to the hourly. Yeah. I like our support here at 21.26. If we can establish it, maybe get us some decent bullish closures. And maybe a bottom wick here to roughly this area, right? So if we can get a bottom wick heading down to there and a bullish flip on a 15 or a 30, either or, I absolutely would not mind if we were to drive back in range and flip bullish. So if we're able to actually come down here and tap these areas 21.25 and flip, then I would look for entries. Okay, until then I think we need to come down and well, until then I think we need to first close strong bullish, and then I think we're still going to need to re-break the lows and re-break the lows because the previous hourly, right, the previous hourly still bearish. We just made a top wick, so until we close bullish on the hourly or on the smaller time frame and then re-break the lows and then come back up, we're kind of forced to wait here, or I'm forced to wait here. And highly likely we still break the lows and come down even further, not just for a fake out here, but come down even further towards 21.19 levels, because for us to really drive and break the all-time highs, the all-time highs, I think we're going to need a solid springboard, right? But doesn't mean it'll happen. It means we will wait, and if and only if it does, we will be on there, because we believe that that should take us up to new all-time highs. Yeah, I remember this. Perfect. So this is what we're dealing with right now. I think this level technically, no, I like it. I drew a zone and I liked it. I liked it. So, I mean, we've already had a bullish closure here. This is interesting. That's a 2 hour, right? I don't really go off the 2 hour much, but look at this 2 hour time frame, right? If you have a level, right, if you draw this as a support off the 2 hour time frame and you had a bullish closure, you broke the lows, you're tapping the other higher time for support. If you flip here and break this high, this is on the 2 hour. How much time we got left in this candle? Oh, 45 minutes. 45. Lovely drew his own song. I liked it. Lovely. I don't know what people are waiting for. There's less than 300 people in here. Last night we had, right? We had less than 300 for a trade. Don't they learn their lesson? Last night, yous all missed the trade. Try to call. It's karaoke type of evening here. Yo, Wix, still moving to Miami soon? It's taking a long ass time. Where are you moving from? What, like Mars? Where are you coming from? Missed the trade, waited, and caught the buys all the way back up. You're a savage. I love it. W Sultan. Coming from home? I mean, coming home from the gym. Be on Zoom, so like, Detroit. All right. Pick up Eddie from the gym on the way back. Let's delete this. Let's jump into the smaller time frame. We're at an hourly support. I'd like to see us close below here, and you can tell, right? If we understand that wicks are ranges, right? We can. If you're having a hard time figuring out where do I draw ranges from, right? So you probably have a range from here to this wick. You have a range from here to here, and you have a minor level where they both intersect, right? And which range is it going to play? Is it going to play this range or is it going to play this range? We know it's going to play this range overall, right? This is where you understand why we have big stops, because you understand it's going to play this whole range overall. But since we're scalping here and we're here for a little bit of time, right? The goal is to play the immediate ranges. Like a New York session, I think it's more acceptable because you have like 5, 6, 7, 25 hours for a New York session. Whatever you want. And I mean, this is also logical, right? Strong bearish closure, top wick come down, and you have a smaller time frame range down to the lows here. But I'd rather see us close because there's a couple of times here. Look, yeah, the 15 also closed, no bottom wick. 15 closed right at it. There's quite a few times where we've try to break below here and closed up above, so I don't want to be in on the flip, but if we get some solid closures like we might have on the next, or well, now flip bullish, but if we do get closures below there on the 1530, we will look for some sells, and I think that'll continue the drive with the 4 hour as well. Yeah, and the 4 hour will be closing in 40 minutes, so things will make sense. We got some time, right? We could still reject here and come up to break 28 areas. I'd rather not, but it can still happen. Because I think sells will set up simpler. Or will be a simpler setup. Simpler. That's not correct way of putting that. Not like as an easier trade, but like it'll set up faster. New York, more moving parts. Yes, yes, yes. More catalysts, more opportunities for breaking of ranges, more ranges to break. What's the difference between a zucchini and a I explained that this morning. Yo, does anybody have it? Anybody from Don's Zoom? Anyone from Don's Zoom here? I wrote like a whole soliloquy on zucchinis and motions. I wish somebody clipped it from like down Zoom or copy and pasted it, because I don't know. We discussed it. Yeah, because I was Don was in the middle of speaking on something, and somebody in the Zoom had the question, and so I answered it, and like because he was in the middle of speaking to chat, I didn't put it in the chat. I put it only in the Zoom chat. I think this is yesterday's trade, Wixie, and update the wins. What do you mean? Did we not update the wins yesterday? We did, right? We did update it. I'm gonna check after stream. No? Is it 95? Oh, hold on. No. That's right. It's 94. It's not 95. No. That's correct. The record is correct. Alright, let me just get rid of yesterday's buys. And then we can continue talking about nothing. Longest win streak on streams, 17. Why wouldn't I put a sell stop under the previous 30-minute candle? Because it would be a sell stop into support. We've never had a closure below, right? So we break it. It's a chance we break it and then come back up in range. If this was below, right? If we had a closure below, then I would think about it, but we didn't. It's above support. The motion was the plan of position, and price action zucchini was the information being presented as we watch. Well, so here's the thing. Your motion, let's see if we can even find it here. Playing out, yeah. So your motion is the actual setup, right? It can take a formation of support to form. It can take quite a bit to set up. The zucchini is the actual play. Zucchini can have the entire motion within a candle, within a couple of candles. And let me see where we can find a good example of that. Oh, these aren't really good because the market's kind of driving here. But let's see where it plays out clear. All right, well, what's up with these fucking candles? This is straight bullish, just driving. So this is your, right? This is your motion playing out, right? You come down, you have a support, it's your head and shoulders or similar to head and shoulders, right? You broke below, bounced off the previous support, which is on a higher time frame, right? You want to break the lows to bounce off the previous support. the next level that where you could spring from, right? The logic behind is this should have drove up after this area. If it didn't come up here, then it probably needs to break this low to the next support in order to come up higher than this area to here and to eventually even further. So what happens, you have your support and it's a fake out all happening in one, right? You have your support being established, you have the previous support tapped, closure back up in range, which is your fake out, right? You can take that up, but then you'll come back eventually always to this support. When you come back here, right, this is your motion that just played out, and over here you can start looking for positions. How you can look for them, you can look for an onion, you can look for break of the lows and break of the highs, but you got to understand the overall that once the market finds a support in this area, right, finds a support here at this juncture in the market, it's going to drive up. Now you can have the same thing happen, you can have all this happen, but it'll happen within one candle, right? You can have your market come down, right? Oh, whoops. So you can have the market come down, establish a support, right? Establish a support here. Up. Right, and then you break the lows, right? You end up coming down, breaking the lows to the next support. Right, let's say this is what's going on here. You broke the lows to the next support. Now you've established this as a support. You broke it. Closure back up in range is a fake out. Right? This is our fake out. We close back in range. Now you can take the position depending on structure and depending on bias, right? You can take this off the rip, small bottom wick, wait for it to make a top wick, make a bottom wick, however you're comfortable taking it depending on structure. But if you have the next candle come back up, come back down, and re-tap that support, and then flip, that's your zucchini, right? And you don't need to wait for this whole second leg to play out, because you're gonna have this one candle that's basically just did the whole motion and it went right back down here. And a lot of times, like, you can have this in 3 candles. You can, like, this whole thing can print in 1 candle here too. But a lot of times you'll see a motion printed, or your head and shoulders printed within a 1 higher time frame candle, right? Within 1 hourly candle, you can have 4 15-minute candles, or a bunch of 5-minute candles, or, you know, what is it, 12 5-minute candles that'll print this whole thing. But on the hourly, it'll just be one thing, and it'll be just 1 candle and plenty of opportunity. You guys hear me? I don't know how my mic just died, but if you hear me, say something. And yeah, there's W. All right, perfect. And what happens is, if you get this is the zucchini here is highly likely to drive. This flip should technically fill the entire range on the candle, not just trickle up. So you can have all of that play out within a can, and like I said, a lot of times the higher time frame will just give you a zucchini, and on a smaller time frame it looks like you have your motion, and you have your, then you can zoom in onto the 5 and just really close in on entry and start taking entries, being really precise off the 5. Motions are range, liquidity grab plus a range 2, close, zucchini candle, closure above, and I mean, it's the same thing, just, I don't know. It's just whatever I drew out, go back. Capiche? Capiche?
Remember it. Write it down. Take a picture. I don't give a fuck.
Whatever it is. Chat. So that 15 closed. This is interesting because let's see how this 30 looks. All right, because the 30 has a strong top wick. If we can close below the 30 level at 21.26, chance, small chance we can take this off the rip. It's got to close below there. If it doesn't, it's closing below the hourly level, but not really below the 30. It might come down, but we have 90 seconds here, 80 seconds here. I want to see it close below here. And if it closes maybe with... yeah, if it closes with a bottom wick and below 21.26 here, we might, right below this area, we might be in position. Who we ever see wicks of Muhammad? I mean, I haven't seen Muhammad squared, M squared, in 29 years, damn near 30 years. Probably not. Like, even if I did bump into him, like, what would I say? Give me a raw paper and a pack of cigarettes. How much? It's just jokes, chat. It's just fucking jokes. And fill up on number 9. I'm going to hell. Damn, we were almost at 420 viewers too. And now they drop. Damn, now we're at 411. Damn, all 8 Muhammads left the chat. I'm sorry, it was a joke. You know, chat, that's the number one name in the entire world. That's the most used name in the entire world, Muhammad. The most common name. Oh, there's a Muhammad. Yeah, we're not in positions here, chat. We did close below that 30 level, kind of dropped there, but we closed no bottom wick. It could still come down. The hourly has a nice top wick, right? It looks pretty on the hourly, but we're just gonna wait for a bottom wick to be created and then a top wick to be created, which is kind of a resistance and a support being created while also giving us a range to trade. Right? If we're able to come down and sort of establish a wick here, not even drive, but just like establish a wick here, even if it closes bullish, as long as we close bullish below this area, right? And we're able to get some top wicks to back into this range and reject, then I would look for some sells. See? So you asked me earlier, why didn't I take it here? Because we're above the range, but if it happens here, I'll take it because we're below the range. And I'd probably take it on the flip and not even the break of the lows, depending how the candle opens. That might also be a 4-hour close and open at that area, right? Because if we go to the 4-hour here, right, that's about to close in 27 minutes, 25 minutes, and the hourly will close below there. So if we get that top wick and come down, that's our position. We'll be in position to take a position. Knicks down 54. Fuck the goddamn Hawks. Nick's not gonna do much if Randall don't come back. They need the big man. Yes. Yeah, Brunson's good. Like, cause Brunson taking the like he's put the team on his shoulders, right? But you know Tibbs, he's gonna run him into the ground. Every year he has a nice, like a good season. He prepares his team well for the season. They do nice in the season, and then they're all worn down and fucking injured for the playoffs. He's known for that. Tibbs ruined D-Rose, 100%. He ran his Hall of Fame career into the ground. Buddy won MVP and couldn't jump over 20 inches again. You gymming this week? I did not go yesterday or today. Sunday. I've been like insane amount of stuff I've been having to do. I have not had a chance. I told you guys, that's why I don't plan for off days. They happen naturally. Like, I go every time I can. And then there's a lot of times that I can't, and that's the off day. $15 roster spots, an 8-man rotation. Shit, some nights for the Knicks, he's got a 6-man rotation. It's crazy. And it's like, he runs the starters into the ground. Would you rather have been working in an oil rig or in a mine if you had to choose? Man.
What a stupid question that is.
Joined you because of Eddie, my cousin. Look forward to learning from you, man. Also the basketball talk. Hey. W. Frito. W. Ooh, you've been smoking too much root beer jelly roll? What? Yeah, too much root beer jelly roll. Because I can, right? Hold on a second, chat. Okay, gang. So we made a bottom wick here, but this just kind of trickle down is no good for us. We're gonna need a spring. All right, not a trickle down. We're gonna need a spring, so we're gonna need some wicks. Oh, wait. We did create a wick. How much? Oh, that's the 5, right? Chat. It's the 32, and it created. I just don't like this level. There's too much. I'm looking on the 5. It's not as clean here on the 5. It can, but it's just not as clean on the 5 as it is on like 15, 30. I think we're gonna wait on the 4 hour because even if it drives, right? Even for us to be in a position, we got to be expecting a pullback here, right? We got to be expecting a bottom wick for the hourly and the 4 hour. So if it breaks the lows and does drive a little, we're gonna expect the top wick on the next hourly candle, right? So if we're gonna expect that top wick, that might be the drive, not this. And if this drives down, great. We'll finish out the drive on the next hourly candle to the support. But it's too much play here on the 5. And like I said, it's not saying that it can't come down. It definitely can, but this level to the left here is too many rejections. Too many wicks coming down here. I see. Right, I see this level across the board. I see this area across the board. Wait, what did that just do? How did that happen? I see this area across the board. Right, I see this rejection wick. I see all of these wicks. So like, if it wants to come down, let it come down, and we'll make a decision afterwards. But if it's able to hold for us, then great. Oh shit! I got scared for a second that I was on mute. I was like, damn, it got quiet as hell in here, and then I realized I'm by myself. You guys can't really talk back. Okay, so we got 4 minutes for this 15 to close, and that's gonna take us to the last 15 of the 4 hour. Just be careful. Don't impulse into a trade here. Like I said, you can, but because of these levels to the left aren't as clear, and you're gonna expect a pullback. Let's just wait for that pullback to happen, and then we can take advantage of it. Give me 1 second, chat. Hold on. Sorry, gang. Customer service is calling back. Hold on a sec. Okay, and we're back. After that 100 pips, I opted to sit out on Don's straight after he deleted the first sells. Hey, I got activated on those in those first sells. Yeah. I closed the first sells at minus 30 once the 5-minute closed, and then I took buys on the very next candle after it made a bottom wick and then it flipped bullish. I took buys and it ran for like 70, but I closed at 40. And then after that, I took more sells. Yeah, I ended up I'm up a lot. Doors always open, you come anytime you want. I don't mind spending every day. I be on American Idol the Rejects. I go on that. Can't stop me now. Turn down the music here. Turn down for what? The 15 closed bullish. After all that. Got my wife singing that song. I just sang like 3 of them. Which song? Making a huge Jamaican joint right now because I'm literally in Jamaica. Nice. So's Eddie. Eddie's making a huge Jamaican joint, as always. Yeah, you got to teach your dog how to roll. Or you have a cat. Who do you have? Dog? Cat. I forgot. Teach Buddy. Oh, it's a cat. I already see it in the mirror. You got to teach Buddy how to roll. Oh, it's a dog that looks like a cat. It's a little drag queen dog. Tell him to meow. Tell your dog to meow. He can do it. Oh, hold on a second, chat. Hold on. Breaking lows. It's the last. Yeah, I'm not taking a position here. I mean, it looks like it should come down here. I'm gonna wait for, like, this looks decent, right? This looks decent on the 30. Previous 30 didn't have much of a bottom wick. So I'm just gonna wait on the 4-hour to leave a bottom wick, and on the hourly. There's nothing wrong with you know, taking a position as long as it's according to your plan. But make sure it's according to your plan. Right? Make sure you're not like FOMOing because you're seeing the market come down here. We still haven't had a closure below this area, and now you get a 5-minute closure with no bottom wick. So I don't know. Probably will come down. Like, look at the 30, right? Look at the higher time. Put your trust in the higher time frame. But I also got to be logical about the next 4-hour and the chances of it pulling back. So I want to see that happen. Who's enjoying themselves some sells right now? You got in bells? Well, I hope they're not ringing. You know what kind of ring you get, right? When you're in buys and sells. You know what kind of bell you get? This is when you're in bells. This is what you hear. Oh, I'm in bells. You guys hear that bell? Not the bells. You're in schlongs, yo. Whatever you're in, that's between. That's a you problem. I don't know. Yeah. That's some shit you're doing. Don't tell nobody. Yeah. He just came out and said it in front of damn near 500 people. Me? I would have been like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Not schlongs. Where's Javier? Tuning up the market, adding some horsepower to the market, doing a tire rotation to the market, the fucking market mechanic. Javier doing just, getting the alignment right now. He's just getting the alignment right. Are you discussing futures in the Zoom? We'll discuss futures in the next 4-hour candle on YouTube. Scale of 1 to 10. Legit mechanic by trade. Oh, that's pretty dope. What's your favorite muscle car? I'm not big on muscle cars, but if I was gonna have a muscle car, it would probably be like a 67 Cobra. The Shelby Cobra. You got me today? Oh, what do you mean? I answered you. What you mean you got me? I answered you. Yeah, either a GT5 or yeah, the GT5 or the Cobra. They were both Shelbys though. The GT5 was and they're both 67s. It wasn't a Cobra. Yeah, it was a Cobra. It was a Cobra Super Snake. That's what they're called. They're called Cobra Super Snake. They're both 67s. '69 Mustang, yeah. '71 Camaro. Those are really good cars. I mean, rare cars. Honda Acura Master Mechanic. Oh, you built the VTEC engines. That's what you work on. You be working on them VTECs. Look at the social security I sent to your DM. Oh, a Chevy SS maybe? Insta? Oh yeah, I'll look at it later. Take a bye, thank me later. You first. I just want a GTR and an old Porsche from an old. But you want a new GTR, right? The GTR 35? That's what you want? Because that's what I want. Like, I don't want a supercar. Like lately, I just want to mod out a GTR. I want to get like a 2017, because that's the year they upgraded the interior. Right, 17 and above GTR, and just get a nice wide body kit on it. Right? Like my goal is really to walk into a mod shop and be like, look, I need a wide body and the most fucking obnoxious spoiler you guys can find. Like, get me a fucking airplane wing. That's what I want. I want a fucking wide ass GTR and I want a big motherfucking spoiler. Yeah, R35, yeah. You got a Huracan? Can I take your course? You got a course, bro? What color? Like me personally? Nah, I'm not gonna tell you my color, because then you're gonna go and do it and I'm gonna be pissed. You know how I look at it? I think big cars like pickups, trucks, you know, big trucks like big SUVs, full-size SUVs, you gotta wrap in like duller colors. Like I would do, like if I was getting a truck right now, like if I was getting a pickup right now, I'd probably do like a Nardo gray, right? It would be like an exclusive type of like dull color, like. But when you're getting like a little sports car, that shit's got to be like a neon color. It's got to look fast when it's standing, right? The shit's got to be like green and orange, looking like it's a blur. Yeah, and a big fucking Trump flag in the back. Absolutely. If you're in Florida, yo, if you guys ever go out on a boat in Florida, 99% of all boats in all the marinas and all the sandbars all have big ass Trump flags. And 99% of all the houses that are on the water whose backyards come out to the water, if you're somewhere in those, right, in those intracoastals or in those waterways, 99% of those houses have a big ass Trump flag in the backyard. It's fact. It's true. You get on a boat, it's like MAGAville, like it's Trump country. Boats are Trump. It's like you get on a boat and it's like you just walked into Mar-a-Lago. Right? And then you go to pick up your welfare check and it's people standing there with like a little Biden pin. Pick a side, god damn it. Mar-a-Lago only worth 20 million. I get that. Yeah, what the fuck was that? They valued it at 20 million. Like, I know people that have backyards that are valued at more. Trump was like, they're off by a couple of zeros. The math ain't mathin'. Oh shit, wait. 4-hour close. I'm still I'm in Yapville. Yappity yap. Yeah, damn. We got a bottom wick. We got some range to come down here to 21, 23 as an advantage point. Right? Roughly 20 pips, 18 pips. We just want a solid top wick here to 2127.2 at the very least. Grew up Panama City Beach. This is true. Yeah, everywhere in Florida. Everywhere in Florida. West, south, north, west, south, flossed out. It's a banger. Where's my snare? We get that top wick. Oh, 2127 be ideal. Yeah, 2127. I think that's what's gonna be. We get the top wick to there. We're gonna set sell stops on the flip, on the break of the lows. I'm sorry, not the flip. Yabba dabba doo. Okay, Fred. Yo, imagine Fred's feet pics, that OnlyFans would be wild. That boy drives his car, his Stone Age car, with his feet. Uses his feet for brakes. There's a OnlyFans I could subscribe to. Only Freds. Yeah, some Stone Age word. Like, what are you doing at that point? Like, sending out individual pictures of bunions? Fred's feet only. Chat, this is also going to have to be this first 15. It's going to have to be this candle that flips. This initial 15 candle. I don't think... if we get a bullish 15 closure, I don't think it's going to be the next 30. It might be the next hourly. Officially the weirdest shit I heard today. Yep. That's what we do. Filthy McNasty. Salsa, did we break the high of the previous? Yeah, we did break the high. Yeah, I don't have one yet. I mean, if we start coming down heavy here. Got about 9 pip advantage point here though, so it's gonna have to flip. Otherwise, if it closes above, it's closing bullish back up in range, right? And there's a chance for a fake out and coming back up. No steeper wick on previous 4 hour. Don't we need break of high, or in Asia we don't have enough volume? Break of high of the previous 4 hour. It can happen, but I think if we break the high of the previous 4 hour, we're gonna have, that's gonna take, unless it does it in this 15-minute candle, it's gonna take quite a few candles to do that, and that means we're gonna have some bullish closures above range, which means there's a chance we drive up back to 2130. So it's not bad. I wanted us at 2127 here, 2126.9, but we did break the previous 30 low. Maybe you could break the higher high and prep for the news in the morning to waterfall and correct the moves. Yeah, I don't know. We're just here for the immediate future. Immediate few candles. down here, but 15 is gonna close here in 4 minutes, and we have to break this low at 21.25. If we can do that and then grab a top wick. How much of a difference is it? 2 pips. Volume should be coming in soon. But technically, we have volume. We were able to close outside this range. Now the volume that means there was enough volume to close us below. Now can we drive back up in range or continue driving down for direction? Right, your initial indication of volume is the actual closure outside the range itself. Right, you wait for volume. What's volume? Closure outside the range. How do you know? Because if there wasn't enough volume, you wouldn't have closed outside the range. Okay. Ideally, I'd want to break the highs again. Because it's established a resistance here on the small time frame on the 5, right? We're establishing a resistance 21.2618. Now, if we can, once it's established, break up above it, right? And then close back below on the 5 and eventually drive down, that's a 5-minute fake out, which will take us to the 15 break of the lows and the 30 drive. So ideally, we can still re-break the current candle highs. 90 seconds here for the 15. I think if it breaks the lows, we're going to be in it. If it re-breaks the lows. So 90 seconds here. The thing is, it's so late, right? It can re-break the lows and close. But the 30's got a top wick. Yeah, chat. And the hourly's got a top wick, right? And the previous 4-hour closed bearish as well. So I think on the break of the lows here, if it happens within the next minute, chat, yeah, I'm gonna put a sell stop here. It's only a few pips, so until we get there. I'm gonna have a sell stop at 21.25.15. I also see now, okay, hold on. We have 30 seconds here. I also see that there's a level. How much is 21.2461? That's 9 pips. Yeah. So we've created a top wick here, closing more or less doji. Right, if it closes doji, great. I'm gonna leave that sell stop in place. I have a sell stop right here, 21.25.25. We just closed. So yeah, I still have my sell stop in the same spot. We have a top wick now. We've closed doji, which kind of black out the candle, but we also have a top wick and a bottom wick. So now if we come up and create a top wick and break the lows, I think we should drive. So I have my sell stops at 2125.25. Right. Right here. Now, I probably put them on the break of the previous candle, but we broke the previous candle highs, which is never broke the previous lows, which means it grabbed orders. Now, if it comes down, re-break the lows, it should break those lows. Right, and the previous 30s closed bearish. Yeah. Targets, so be quick at 9 pips, roughly 9 pips if you don't get slipped at 2125.65, 2125.68. I want to go break even, but target's the bottom of the range at 2119, and we are activated, chat. We're in a trade here. Oh, whoops. Wrong. Right. That's the immediate, and I will look for I will look to go break even roughly at 9 pips, and then we'll see what happens. Okay, so this is the position I'm in. And the market actually did tap that area. Wait, why am I doing that? The market, yeah, I wasn't activated by spread here. It actually tapped my position on dot. Oh shit, and we got our volume song. This earlier, but I wouldn't have had as much confidence being in it as I would right now. Yeah, it would have came down, but we were above support. Now we're below support. Nice area based on structure. Nice area for sells. Yeah, and the thing is, if it does end up coming up, well, if, for the eventual drive up, it'll need to re-break the lows to get some, grab some orders to drive up. So, you know, whether whether it comes down or up, I think it's gonna need to come down and grab more orders based on the really bearish 4-hour here. But that's not to say that, you know, we can't find a support here or re-break the 4-hour highs, but we have to understand that if it does happen, we should also see a re-break of the lows before a drive. Did we break the previous low? I think it broke on the broker. It didn't break here. I don't know why. On the broker, it broke the previous low. Over here, it's just struggling. Interesting. Interesting, interesting. Broke on FX Open, yeah. It broke on the broker side, right? It didn't break here on the and the side. I mean, the broker is really what we care about, right? The lows being broken there. That's really the important one, not really the Oanda. But because that's really what we're going off of. Can we get a What's going on? Is it frozen? Like, what's the deal? You get sketched out when market does this, when it stops in one spot. Like, what the hell's going on? Okay, so there we go. It broke here. So your advantage point is 24.6 here, right? Which would be around 8 pips in profit. I think at that point you kind of, well, I think at around 8 pips we'll need to go break even here, because at that advantage point there's a likelihood of a rejection. And that, like, we broke the previous candle highs, right? We made a small bottom wick, came up, broke previous candle highs, and then rebroke that bottom wick and rebroke the previous candle lows. Which, with price action, you would understand then you'd have to tap the next support. Another push, and I think we're gonna go break even here. Just need a re-break out of lows right now where we're at. Maybe another 2 pips. Oh, it did. It tapped the level here. 765. So that might have been it. That's a lovely level. Oh, why wouldn't it fill the range? Yeah, chat. If it re-breaks the low one more time here, I'm gonna go break even as soon as it does that. Yeah, I'm only about 7 pips here, but the goal here is to be risk-free, right? You want this to be with house money. Whatever it does, you want it to do with house money, but there's a couple of pips here left till support here, and I think it needs to get there. All right, there's the re-break out of lows, so I'm gonna go break even here. I'm only about 7 pips here, but I'm gonna go break even. It re-broke the lows, chat. So it shouldn't come back up and flip bullish. Six pips. You also want this to close with some kind of bottom wick. I mean, I'd rather just come straight down. Hey, chat, I'm gonna close half my position right here at 10 pips on the dot. I'm gonna leave the rest running. Okay, make sure you're break even. I'm gonna leave, actually I'm gonna close another quarter. I'm gonna close 75% of my position. Okay, and leave the rest of it running. And I'm not gonna touch it at all. I'm not gonna trail it. I'm gonna put my TP right here. If it can come down, you know what? Let's not be greedy. 30 pips. If it can come down, great. If not, I closed 75% of my position at 10 pips. Okay. Big reason I closed 75, not just 50, because we have no bottom wick here on this 30. If it runs, great. I'm not gonna get too much into it, like, right? But highly likely it flips back bullish after making a bottom wick here. So you could have managed there. You could have grabbed some more here, right? 14, 12. But at this point, chat,
we got a runner.
Yeah, chat. By the way, go follow the IG and drop a like here. Make sure you sub to the channel if you're new here. Turn on your notifications. This way you know when we're on. But we're taking our little piece because we have an advantage point here, right, where the market can turn around, and we also had no bottom wick on a 30, so highly likely we come back up. But hey,
Wow, I feel good.
Break out the red panties. We're rich, baby.
nah, I mean. It'd be nice if this doesn't come up, create a massive top wick, because look, now we have a bottom wick created. So if we can get some kind of closure here, maybe on the 5, a mini top wick and a drive down, maybe we'll survive this. But we've created some range. It'd be lovely if we could. I just don't think we will, based on that closure on that previous 30. That was a 30, no bottom wick, and the first thing we did was just that massive bottom wick. This might be the beginning of the drive up. Imagine. Yeah, little by little, we eating. Yeah, you know, you build your account little by little. It's a constant and consistent stream of small wins that gets you to a bigger account, and then the wins don't become bigger, the amount of money becomes bigger, but the wins stay the same. Right? At some point, 5 pips is going to give you $10,000, and you're going to be like, why the fuck am I looking for 10 pips, right? But you're looking for your strategy, not just pip value, right? At some point, 5 pips will be $50,000. At some point, 5 pips is, you know, $5 in the beginning. And then, you know, like 5 pips, and you'll be like, damn, I got 8 pips here. I want to get my 10. What the hell is 6 pips? But then you look at it, and 6 pips is $30,000. You're like, you know what? 6 pips it is. You know what I mean? So like, just win, and the money will follow as a byproduct. It'll just be there eventually. These little wins will be big in value, in monetary value over time. Oh, I'm so happy we closed 75% there. I got a small position running. Trading ticks now. Ooh. You a ticking. You a ticking time bomb. Ticking tick machine. Ticka ticka ticka. All right, nice. So we have a top wick and a bottom wick. Can we just not drive up? Oh, if we can close here in 9 minutes under 21.24. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. It's gonna be lovely, because I think we're gonna have to survive the top wick, but it's gonna come down if it closes. Even if it closes bullish here, but it's gotta gotta respect this area, right? It's because if it closes bullish but below here, you're establishing this as a resistance. And then you're looking for a top wick. The thing is, top wicks could come up right to our entry. You see where these top wicks come up to before they come down? Where is it? Right here? That's right where our entry is. So it might take us out and head down, but I'm just not gonna take the risk of going into negative after being 15 pips in profit. Like, right, you got to be a real asshole if you were 15 pips in profit and all of a sudden you're in drawdown. Don't do that, especially if you got a small account, which the majority of the people here, just not like because I know it or flicing, just I understand and I get the majority of the people here are really dealing with smaller accounts. Do we have to look at the daily candle? I look at all the candles, as much info as I can, as I can grab, as much data as I can absorb, and then whatever I need, I'll apply. Whatever I don't. But if you realize where you are in the daily and where the previous daily closed, you can sort of tell where you're coming up to for rejection, coming down to, or if you're going to end up ranging and the candle is just going to be like a wick candle up and down. Like for daily, yeah, those are good things to look at. Can you enter in sells? If I wasn't in a position here, I'd probably be waiting on this 30 close, in this 15 close, I'm sorry, 15 and 7 minutes. And you want to make sure that it closes below 21.2472, and then you're looking for a top wick on the next candle and a flip. Bearish, and then that's when you can take that further down. But as for us, I think that's our position for the night, honestly. Like if you guys have questions, I think Javier was here. You guys can ask him about futures and shit. If you guys want to hear Eddie butcher something, he's here too. Shout out to Eddie for trying to answer questions, right? He's just trying to help, trying to do the best he can.
Just like you, Cat.
Yeah.
Javier's the man. He helped out a lot.
Oh shit, he's here. What's up, dude?
What's up?
Yeah, you missed yesterday's stream. We had a whole bunch of questions about.
No, I was driving back from West Palm, but I was on the YouTube.
Oh, you were listening. You were probably yelling at your radio.
Yo, I was like, point one. She was mad funny. I was down in West Palm. I forgot to send Eddie a message, but link up.
Ah, shit. Come to my hood. I will show you my crib. you seen that? Is it from Rush Hour?
Lucky. I want to go eat at some place called Lucky something.
Hey, bro, showed you my portal.
What was that?
Showed him my portal.
I can't hear you. You're too far
I
from the
would
mic.
show him my portal.
Photos?
Nah.
I can't hear what he's saying.
I want to go eat at some place called Lucky Shucks.
Lucky Shucks? Oh, yeah. That's a seafood place.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Came late. You're gonna try futures? I'm looking into it. Like I'm curious. So I want there to be a solution for all the US of A Americans. Did you guys ever hear that the Miss America contest where I forgot where she's from. They asked her a question and she's like, I believe all of us US Americans. was the most awkward answer ever. I was just like, dang. Like, even the guy that was asking, I think it was Mario Lopez that was asking the question. He was like, I don't know.
Yeah, futures is like the closest alternative to still being able to trade gold while being regulated in the US.
Fuckers.
So I had a quick question. Like with this Apex account, do I need to like connect it to Tradeovate, or like how do you?
Yeah, you can connect it to Tradeovate, and then you have to make sure that you have I forget what it is, but you have to pay like $5 if you don't already for one of the to make sure that your candles are not delayed.
It says it was included in my price if I chose non-professional.
It could be. I think
Yeah.
it is, but you have to log into your actual Tradeovate on the website, and then you go to the top right under settings, and then it takes you to add-ons, and then you click connected to TradingView, and then you'll be able to log in on TradingView.
And that's how you'll be able to get the accurate pricing. If you don't do that, then you have the delayed pricing.
Yep, you'll have delayed pricing. Yeah.
Shit.
How
So I
does
haven't
that
even
work?
made a
You're
Tradeovate
trading on
account.
delayed price, so you're trading, but you don't see the actual price that you're trading on? How does that work?
Like it's like 5 minutes or I don't know if it's 5 or 15 minutes delayed. So you're
can't that
always
just look
behind.
up- Oh, but is it in delayed? Are you trading in delayed time or you're trading in live time? Because then I'm just going to look at the live chart and then go back 5 minutes and be in the future.
No, you're behind.
You're behind 5 minutes? Damn.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So why would you even get that? No, you need to get the live.
Yeah, I think you're right, Eddie. I think it might be included. I think I only pay for one thing, and it's like $5 a month.
If it's the Apex funding, it is included. I'm not sure if your cash account would be included.
5-second delay. Oh, that's a lot when it comes to scalping. That's like you guys being on YouTube. You guys have a 5-second delay. Imagine I'm doing futures with a 5-second delay and you guys have a 5-second delay. You're 10 seconds behind the market.
and you're muted. Forget about it.
It's over. Yo, are we gonna survive? Did you guys take these sells with your futures accounts?
Yep.
Prometheus is asking what's the leverage. It's exactly the same. So 1 point is $100 on one contract. So one contract is equivalent to one lot, and
Oh, that was the question
micro is-
yesterday. So let's say I want to trade 10 lots. I open
10
What?
contracts.
10 contracts.
Yep.
Can I open them with one click of a button, or do I have to click a button 10 times?
No, you can switch.
Oh, I
your
could
order
just put down 10 contracts and just.
Yeah, what you can do, since you like to close partials half, just set it to 5 and just hit it twice, and then that way when you
Okay.
trim half, you're only hitting.
Well, that's what I do
buttons.
already. I just open 2 5s.
Exactly. Yeah, so you can do the same thing. That's what I do. I do ones. I do singles. So if I
You-
get
you
into 2 or
open-
3, I'm always just.
Oh, okay, so you
Yeah,
open like
'cause-
a 2 or a 3 lot or a 3 tick position, right? Or
Yep.
no?
Yeah, and what Apex does that's different is like, so like let's say you add a pineapple, it'll actually merge both prices together, right? So you're always
so
gonna
you'll
see,
see
your average.
where your break even is technically combined
Exactly.
between the 2 prices.
Yep. So the shitty part is that
It
when,
merges them.
if
but
you
the
don't
good part is
sell
it
it
merges them.
together and you only trim one, then it's gonna sell your worst fill first, and then now your price is gonna show from your best entry.
Oh, but that's what I do anyway. Like when I have 2 positions, let's say one got activated worse, like a pip or 2 worse, I close that one first and I go break even on the better entry because the chances of hitting break even on that one are less than on the other one. But then again, you're taking less off the table, right? That's the counter argument to that, because then you could take the bigger position off the table and leave that one open.
Yep.
I mean, that's all preference. There's no correct way to do this, Chad. It's just
Yeah, that's just how Apex does it. So like, that's how it is. You get used to it.
Wait, hold on. We
Yeah,
had
the
this
only
15
difference
close-
from-
Sorry, hold on.
Sorry,
We had a
but-
15 close. We closed back up above, so it's highly likely we come back up and tap our BE. It should come back up to the top of the range. It's closed above here. Might see a bottom wick, which will give you a chance to completely close if you guys still have small positions running. But I only have a quarter position running, so I'm just gonna let this rock. If it comes down, great. If not, we already managed risk. Yeah, what were you saying? Go ahead.
I was saying the only thing I've been doing is because I'm still getting the hang of closing partials and break even is I've just been closing full usually, but it's been working out.
I think we did the math on this a couple of years back, like in 22 or 21, closing full versus leaving runners. And I think it was roughly the same. And a lot of time, just closing full, you'll make more. Like we tended not to see our positions run. We also traded differently. So the way we trade today, we have way better entries for runners. So it's like you've seen it earlier in the year and to close out last year, where we just saw every week we saw a couple of runners and for a few months straight, and that's just our entries have gotten better over the years. So we're just more likely.
Yeah, I was
to
gonna
be a runner.
Yeah, I was gonna say our entries have been way, way more precise, leaving much more room for runners. Yeah, seeing where we were last year or even the year before that to now is a huge difference.
Yeah, I see it too. Everything before last summer, I think, like a year ago, was a bit different. But because last year at this time we were really zoned in on not just marking up our range, but everything, like all the entries and the actual ranges were drawn off the 5. Now we have the higher time frame where we still use the 5, but it was a sudden switch last year to the 5 from what we were doing, just closures outside the range, breakouts, fake out range 1, range 2. And then the 5 minute came about, and then range 1, range 2 went away because we were able to zone in on the 5 minute, and those higher time frame ranges didn't matter. Now we can use that to our experience while having the higher time frame range, realizing our initial breakdowns were solid before we did the 5, but then the 5s were really solid for our entries. So we've kind of combined them, and over time, right, we're going off the higher time frame ranges, entries off the smaller time frame, but we've gotten so precise on the 5 that we're able to take those 5 minute entries, being pretty precise on the higher time, on the hourly, on the 4, and that's why we're seeing it run, because we've been the top wick on the 4 hour or the 30 or the hourly. I think the trade that we had before this one, our previous trade, we had, once the candle closed, like we were above the top wick of the next candle. Like the chances for runners have increased because the entries have gotten better. But it's not they've gotten better, it's that we're still using everything we've used from a year ago, 2 years ago. It's just now we're able to use it all in unison and go back to previous concepts. I spoke about this on one of my reels, like that you're able to bring back concepts that you used to use before, prior. And, oh, hold on a second, chat. We were able to use concepts that we used to use prior and we kind of stepped away from just because we weren't able to figure out how we can actually monetize or optimize them. And now we're getting there. We're slowly optimizing everything that we're about. Very close here, chat. 2 pips away. Remember when we first introduced 5 minute head was hurting because it was too much information and too soon, too fast, and a lot of people weren't at that level of trading and understanding the concepts that we were already at before the 5 minute. And then it's like, hey, I'm still learning this. You guys are already doing something else, and it's not something else. It was just the next step, the next level, right? It was next grade.
Yeah, when you guys started introducing the 5 minute time frame, I was already kind of messing around with it, and then you guys started introducing it, and I'm like, so there is something to this 5 minute time frame. I'm not tripping. I was looking at the same setups I would see on the higher time frame happen on the 5 minute in certain areas, and the trades would play out just as equally as the higher time frame. And that just gave me more confidence to learn it better.
Yeah. Like, so I'm staring this down, right? There are a lot of things I wouldn't have been able, like, this is a benefit to you guys. You want to look at other pairs, you can, but you should be happy that I'm sitting here looking only at one, that Don during his session sitting there looking at only at one, because these new concepts come about only when we're looking at charts, right? When we stare at charts, like you tend to see things, you realize things about candles. Your subconsciously, your mind is absorbing and looking at it and just looking for an edge, looking for opportunity. You won't see an opportunity if you're not looking for one. If you're on GJ right now, you're not looking for an opportunity on this, right? So you won't recognize it. And if you won't recognize it, you won't be able to sample size it, you know, build a setup around it, build a play around it, and actually do something with it, create an edge, build your edge. You won't be able to do that if you're not here for the opportunity, to witness the opportunity, right? You might be searching somewhere else, but if this is what you do and you want to get better at this, you got to look for opportunities here, not just jump somewhere else where you, just because you don't see an opportunity that you're used to doesn't mean they don't exist. There's other ones. You gotta do better, right? You gotta look for them. All right, chat. BE hit, and that was win number 95 for us on stream. Let's update the record. I have a 30 pip day today. 30 pips on the dot. And
something I want to add for gold futures is that the charts are not identical to XAU. And I trade when I do trade futures, I basically trade it off my XAU chart. So something to keep in mind.
what do you mean you traded off your XAU chart? Off your Forex chart? Off the gold chart?
Yeah, I watch my Forex chart. I mean, obviously because I have like levels and stuff on it.
Oh, so you watch this chart right here, Oanda, right? What we're watching.
Yep.
But aren't you trading on TradingView?
Yeah, but I have multiple monitors. So
Ooh.
I have one tab
Extra
that's for
Yeah, chat. You
I
need
got
at least
one
4
tab
monitors to be profitable, chat. At least 4.
yeah, so
But hold on. So this chart is cleaner.
I think it's more respected in a sense of like the levels. And like especially like during the data days and stuff, like the wicks on GC1 will like grab way more liquidity than XAU.
But if it's doing something here, you can enter that position on the other chart, right?
Yeah. Like right now, since it's moving slow, it looks the same. But when you start zooming out, it doesn't look the same. Even the all-time high is different.
Okay. cleaner.
Like if you pull up GC, you could pull up GC1 right now on your chart,
No,
and you can see that when
I'm
gold
gonna mess
made
around with futures, I think, in the next few weeks. I'll see how it goes.
when gold made the all-time high back in December, that wasn't XAU made the all-time high. That was an all-time high for GC1.
Uh-huh. What was the all-time high for GC1?
It was 2183, and when we pulled up in December, it was
Almost there,
2171.
Only 130 pips off. Oh wait, 2180? Yeah, 10. Right? Yeah, 100 pips off. Big Russian creams? What? What?
If you just look at the if you just look at the candles and you don't look at the price, it's identical. Like earlier when we took that 30-minute flip on that had a sell stop exactly the same spot on the candle, the price was just different. It's off by a bit. So like when it broke the low and it flipped, I got activated the same second you did. The move was exactly the same. I closed at like 10 ticks, 12 ticks, exactly the same. My break even got hit exactly the same. If you just look at the candles and you ignore the price, it's almost identical.
Yeah, right now it's okay. You'll see the biggest changes
in New York
between 8:30 and 10, like while data's being driven, and then once you start zooming out, you can tell off rip that the chart itself is not the same.
Yeah, you just gotta look deeper.
Yeah, like 4 hours.
I want to see what happens when the chart is different for futures, and I want to see like if there's times where I'm taking a trade and then you're like, I don't think so. There's a fucking support here or something. Like, I want to see if that happens.
I've only been on for about a week and a half. This is the start of my second week, and I've taken the same exact trades as you and Don so far. Everything's been about the same. Same profit, same ticks.
Make the switch fix. Come on over. Oh, did you already do it, Green?
But I'm fresh. It's only been a week and a half. I haven't had too much trades. Maybe like 20 trades in total.
Wix 9, that happens. So when that happens, does the market hold that support, or does it continue driving like it would on this chart, like in your experience? Options.
For the week and a half I've been on, it just drives like it respects what XAU does.
Interesting. Very interesting. All right, what are we doing here, chat? Let's see. The 4 hours flip bullish. Can it close bullish? Right? It's got a bottom wick, so continue the drive down. You're going to need a support established. You'd want a bullish closure above here. Above 2126.71. If you can get that, even on the hourly, honestly, if you can get a closure above there on the hourly, you're going to need a bottom wick. It's a previous support, which is roughly 2124.72, right? And if you're able to do those three things, which is number one, close above. Oh, whoops, sorry. Close above here. Number one. Number two, you're going to need to close with the top wick. That's number two. Number three, you're going to need a bottom wick to tap previous support. And well, 4 is your entry. It's not something you're going to need there. It's just going to happen. If all this happens and you get a flip, then your entry is here. Right? There's a workflow of things that need to happen, and if they happen, if A happens, B happens, C happens, D is most likely to happen next. Right? So that's where you would look for a buy. Until then, you kind of have to sit in your hands and wait. All right, and that's what I'll do. But I'm honestly, I'm done here for the night. It's our sessions. Our Asian session ends at this time typically. Drop a like before you dip. Sub to the channel. Don't forget to follow the IG. We're gonna be here tomorrow, as we are every single weekday, 8 p.m. Eastern, live here on YouTube. I'll be on downstream in the morning, obviously, so I'll see you guys there if you're on there at 8 a.m. Eastern. But tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern, we'll be live again here, gang. I'm done for the night. My next position, I'm not even gonna look at what happens here. I'm gonna go, do the damn thing, smoke a J, and go pass out and be on for the morning. But if you're looking for more positions, wait to close outside this range from 21.24 to 21.26, because we filled it. We established the support or resistance, and we filled the range already. So wait for it to now break out of that range. Right? Breaks out, comes back into it. You can trade the fake outs. But if you're looking for buys, wait for the hourly or the 4-hour to come back up and close above 21.26. Okay, chat. That's our session. Thank you guys for coming through. Mods, appreciate you guys. Green, as always, thank you for running the mod gang. Carly, Spectral, probably forgot Jonathan, Nightbot, everybody. Thank you, everybody in the chat. Love and wisdom to you all. Zoom gang, appreciate you guys. Eddie, Javier, Bougie, thank you guys for coming through. And that's our session, chat. That's for me. My night is up here. My time is up. Enjoy your evening. And just like that, another Asian session is in the books. Good night, everybody.